Hey guys, it's your boy M.K.S. Sorry, what happened there? I know you said it's your girl. It's your boy M.K.S. Sorry, gone very red. That's the problem with doing my videos live. I can't really change them. But yeah, sorry, trying to recover from that. I am back with another video. I'm very red now. But yeah, so I thought I'd talk about some of my plans for the future. I know I've talked about my plans before, but this is like an updated version, and over time, obviously, plans will change. So I know I like to do different things on different days, and also on different months. So I was hoping March would be a lot better. Unfortunately, it didn't quite work out as well as I like being motivated to make my YouTube videos or do my writing or whatever, not avoiding mistakes or things like that, or making more plans or having more energy or stuff like that. Unfortunately, March didn't work quite as well as I'd like. Like I said, March to the very victory or stuff like that. But unfortunately, it didn't quite work out as well as I planned. But anyway, here we are. So I'm going to try and improve as I go along and see what I can do, and hopefully overcome my embarrassment of my what can I call it? It's a bit like autocorrect, but or something like that, or a bit like Tourette's, although thank God I don't have Tourette's, so I emphasize with those who have Tourette's, because life is complex enough without it. So I wouldn't want people who have Tourette's, obviously. But anyway, I'm going to try and stop waffling and carry on with my video. So as I say, because in March, I hope to support Indigenous people from Australasia, especially, and Africa as well, but especially Australasia in particular. So anyway, here are some of my plans for. The problem with doing my videos live is I can't really go back and edit them. But anyway, here are some of my plans for empowering Indigenous people from Australasia. So here goes. So number one, I hope to support Indigenous people politically, so that they have a political voice, so that they can be politically empowered, as I say, to achieve things, so that basically they're listened to politically and have a political voice. So try and help more Indigenous people into politics, and like lobby groups and also NGOs and lobby groups. I hope to encourage them to support Indigenous Australasians as well as Africans and like people around the world, people of colour perhaps, and other groups supporting Indigenous Australasians, those who want to see, dare I say, justice or whatever for what they've gone through or whatever in proper English in the past. Number two, I love to support Indigenous people from Australasia and Africa in terms of like the YouTubers. Like I'd love to support Indigenous people to create their own YouTube channel. Like if I made any money from YouTube videos like this, I would donate that money towards helping Indigenous people to have, Indigenous Australasians in this case, and Africans, to have their own equipment, so that they could or people of colour generally in Africa and Australasia, to have their own equipment so that they could record their own YouTube videos and be empowered by creating their own and having their own voice on YouTube. And also like I'd watch and support and subscribe to, and if I could, or like their videos and things like that, so hopefully empower them as much as possible in that way. Number three, I'd love to support their projects like in arts, design, writing, poetry, creative expression, and things like that. Number four, again, I'd love to hear their opinions of what they would like to see in the future and what political views they have. And like, I'd love to see an Indigenous Australasian or as many Indigenous Australasian ministers as possible, including environmental ministers who can talk about the environment and how to protect the environment and how to learn from Indigenous tradition and culture of Australasia, how to protect and look after the environment as they've done for so long before Europeans invaded Australasia and things like that. Number five, I'd love to hear their aspirations generally, like what they would like to do, and again listen to Indigenous people from Australasia, so that it's not like my own. It's not just my own input. It's like what they would actually like to see happen for their communities, for their people and communities. And yeah, just generally their aspirations, like their careers, like whether they'd like to be in politics or YouTube or as YouTubers or whatever other things they'd like to do, creative or whatever. Number six, I'd love to see like Italian football teams hosting I'd love to fundraise for Italian football teams to have their own academies for young Indigenous Australasians as well as Africans, perhaps like improving relations between town football and the rest of the world, or into the other rest of the world through football. So they have their own football academies. I don't know why I always mess up my words when I come onto YouTube. And also, so that hopefully that will cement the relation, but hopefully that will benefit both Italian football, because hopefully in the future some of those could perhaps become footballers and benefit Italian football, hopefully, as they get that training, and also benefit Indigenous Australasians because they'll get the opportunity to become footballers, or to have more exercise and more opportunities, which will hopefully help them with their health, generally speaking. I know you can get I know you can get injuries in football, but you can also, like, because you're doing more exercise and especially with proper training, you can get a lot fitter and healthier and that sort of thing. Number 7, I'd love to see the same thing for Celtic as well, in Indigenous Australasia, and also in Africa as well as around the world. Number 8, I'd love to create a group that supports and empowers Indigenous people with love, so to speak, and strives to help them as much as possible. Number 9, I'd love to support Indigenous Australasians to make money from their art, poetry, and other such creative pursuits, especially art or even writing, and be able to express themselves through writing and art and sell their art around the world, and be the ones to benefit the most from it, and things like that. And number 10, hopefully support young Indigenous Australasians as much as possible, again on YouTube and in politics, in terms of learning about politics and that sort of thing, and hopefully not embarrass myself on YouTube too much. Anyway, I'm out. Peace and love.